subscribe. Darling Radio. Like and subscribe.
I have to eat my own words and apologize.
Oh, what'd you say about me?
That interview you did with Oprah, where she asked you if you were,
Yeah.
African American, whatever. And
You got mad at me?
Listen.
I am not an African American. I'm an American. I am a Black American. I am definitely Black. And yes, my ancestors come from Africa. How long does a bloodline have to live in one land before they are considered a pure species of that land? Mm-hmm. Meaning, how long did my people have to be in America to say, hey, no, we're American, compared to some people who are English American, who are Irish American, who are German American from their ancestors, but they get to call themselves American. There's nothing wrong with being African American, but a true African American is someone that is from Africa and moved here, either first generation or second generation, and has a tie to that country that I do not have. One of the first census in Virginia that allowed for Black people to have a name was somebody from my family. So that means they were there long before. I think there comes a point where when you build a country, when you fight for freedom, make money and pay taxes, and generationally live in a country, you have the privilege to call yourself pure American.
Danny, what's up, Danny? Hop on in, Danny.
Hey, Tariq, how's it going?
I'm good, Danny. How are you, dear?
I'm good. Longtime fan, me and my boyfriend. Well, he introduced me to you, first of
Love
all.
it.
And we've been to your Hidden History Museum a few times for the comedy shows.
cool.
So we are big fans, big supporters of
Love
you.
it.
I don't know if you've already seen it or talked about it, but Raven-Symoné, she had an interview with Jason Lee, and she talks about like her FBA lineage because a while back everybody got on her for saying she wasn't African American.
Right.
Right. So she got on there and like further explained it, and now people are starting to understand like, okay, that's what she meant. And she basically said like, I'm foundationally Black. My family has been here for generations. So I just wanted to know if you
I saw it.
check that
Yes,
out.
I
And
did.
yeah,
Yeah, all
yeah.
facts. I agree with. Thank you, baby. I agree with her 100%. Raven-Symoné, she was spitting facts, and a lot of people are agreeing with her now because now we got a delineation movement. Because of the delineation movement, now people have clarity on what we mean. We're not going to foreignize ourselves. We're not foreigners, nor are we immigrants. The term African American was completely incorrect. Yeah, we would use it because it was drilled in our heads, but logically, that's a horrible term because that others us, that makes us seem like guest here, that puts us in the same realm as immigrants, and we're not. That's why the foundational Black Americans, that term foundational hit so hard. It hit and it caught on, and that's why so many tethers of butt hurt. And family, do y'all know now that we have identified ourselves as foundational Black Americans? I see dozens of different groups calling themselves foundational white American, foundational Irish American, foundational Nigerian, foundational Jamaican. Now all of these groups are trying to use the term foundational for their ethnic group. Well, you're not foundational here, but I don't know where they're supposed to be foundational to, you see. But a lot of other non-FBAs are trying to jump on the bandwagon. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. All right, let's get brother Devontae. Let's get Devontae in the building. Mr. Devontae in the building. Hop on in, sir. Now, while we're waiting on Devontae, let's get Bella. Let's get Miss Bella in here while we're waiting on Devontae. Bella, you can hop on in, Bella, if you wish. All right, Bella, you're not saying nothing? All right, let's get Devontae again. Devontae, hop on in.
Hey, Tariq, can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you. What's going on, brother?
How you doing, brother? I appreciate everything you're doing. And yeah, I just wanted to touch on what that sister said about Raven, and what she said was true. I'm happy that she stood on business about the lineage, and she clarified what she meant. Because a lot of people were thinking she denounced being black, but that wasn't it.
Right.
She was just narrowing down, her lineage, and a lot of people, a lot of the FBA family agreed with her, and a lot of other people agreed with her too. But um, Tariq, I don't want to be up here too long because I know other people need to come up. But she also touched on some with Disney Channel because she had that show Raven.
That's a Raven, yeah.
Um, yeah, that's so Raven, and Disney. There was a spinoff, and Disney wanted her to, because Raven Baxter on the show is a straight woman. She's a straight
Yeah.
sister, but in real life, Raven is she's
Right.
lesbian. So Disney wanted to incorporate her real life sexuality with the fictional character Raven Baxter, and Raven didn't want to do that
Mm.
because Raven understood that, and I think you touched on this maybe a couple weeks ago when you were talking about
Yeah.
feminism and how black women aren't really feminists
Right.
just due to, how can there be gender equality when there's racial
Right.
inequality? So Raven actually did not want to do that because it was that mascotism, hey, they just want me to do it to push whatever they want to do.
Right.
So yeah, she a rider,
Okay.
and I love Raven for that. Again, any sisters who like to push those talking points, as a FBA brother, I respect the womanhood of our sisters, but the dominant society does not. Your blackness will always come
Yes.
first to them.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, even before the whole Roe v. Wade, whatever, it was sisters still getting mistreated. So that didn't make a
Yep.
difference. And I'll land right there,
Well,
Tariq. I appreciate you,
thank you
brother.
so much. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. There's real talk. Yo, Bella, are you ready, Bella? Okay, let me get Bella out of here. Hold on. Hold on, Christian. I'm trying to get Bella. Okay, Bella's promoting her OnlyFans because I just looked at your page and she got all types of things in her mouth. All right, Christian, what's up, Christian?
Hey man, you hear me?
Brother, nigga, are you in Bikini Bottom? Nigga,
Nah, I had the fan on, my
bro,
bad.
this, brother, this that's beyond a fan. Man, where are you, nigga? You sound like you in a different a realm, man. You sound like you in a haunted, nigga. You sound like you a poltergeist. You trapped somewhere in a spiritual realm. This like you're the ghost of a nigga who just got shot in a drive-by or something. You're like, now, what city you in, brother?
I'm in Jacksonville.
Okay. Now, are you at work right now?
No, I told you I was the fan was on. I'm
Okay.
like
Is that
that.
okay? Is that you got a housing project echo? It's like you ain't got no
No,
furniture in there. How big is that place you?
no.
Yeah.
It's like a normal size house.
Okay. Yeah, that's that project echo, brother. Okay. You got the section 8 echo. All right. What's on
Hell
your mind,
no.
brother? What's on your mind?
Oh yeah, bro. All right. What's on my mind is basically like people believing in false information because I've been on like YouTube and the amount of people that believe in false information is insane. So I have this request. Can you do like another I know the topic has been covered so many times, but the way the media tries to portray it is like in so many different lanes. Can you do like another Hidden Colors going really in depth on the civil rights movement? Because people have this narrative that white people just woke up one day and just felt good and just gave us rights. And that's not the truth at all.
Right. Right. Yeah. So we just debunk that myth all the time on here. So that's something that we're constantly debunking. We're always debunking that myth. All right, but boy, that echo was a beast, man. Kind of echo was that? Nigga called me from a cathedral. All right, let's see. Everybody raise your hands. I ain't gonna be on here too long. Y'all raise your hand if you're ready. What's up, Sister Brooke? I see Brooke. Y'all give a round of applause to my sister Brooke. in the building. What's up, Brooke? Round of applause to Brooke. All right. Let's raise those hands. Let me see who's up in here. Let me talk to you. Let's get Dana Waller in here. Dana Waller in the building. What's going on, Dana? Unmute your microphone, Dana.
Can you
I
hear
can hear
me?
you, Dana. What's happening?
All right. Well, thanks for having me on. I'd like to say hello to the family. I was calling to ask you if you had heard about farming of African children to Great Britain or to British families. And it seems like it's been going on since the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s.
Oh yeah.
And I really wanted to try to get on here and ask you this when there was like a big GT or one of these other people from Great Britain to ask how they got there.
Oh yeah, yeah. When Big GT gets on him, ask him. But yeah, they've been doing that for years. Um, Getting people and basically selling them to families up there in Britain, and they're sitting up here being modern day slaves. Basically, they got them working as maids and housekeepers and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's heavy up there. Let's get men's tecton.
Wow, great job, man. Pronounced it perfectly, man. How's it going?
I'm good, man. What's going on with you, tecton?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, man. I had a question, man. It's not related to much of the conversations you've covered as of
Right.
late.
Don't have to be. Don't
All
have to
right,
be.
all right, cool. So, what's your thoughts on polygamy being something that the black community would benefit from?
I don't know if it'll benefit from it as a community, because a lot of times you got to have the resources to maintain a polygamous relationship. Um, a lot of dudes just want to be able to smash multiple chicks, and you got to be able to take care of them. So you got to have your money together. So uh, always look at it from that standpoint. But if that's what you want to do, that's just what you want to do. I don't think that would be something that they do for the community, because a lot of these cats who get in polygamous relationships, they be laying up with multiple white women and all of that. So it ain't really about the community. It's about, them being able to smash. So that's what that is. So cats got personal sexual preferences that they try to flip into some kind of community activism, you know. So, that ain't it. All right. But thank you for the call, brother. Let me see. I'm gonna get some of these new faces. Let's get Alano Dur. Alano Dur in here. Alano Dur. All right, Alano. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Alano, hop on in. Alano, hop on in. And if Alano ain't gonna hop on in, well, let's get Howard. Howard, you here? Howard, you got there you go.
Yo, yeah, sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Howard. How are you?
Good. Now, I just want to follow up on the last point made by the last caller about the polygamy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking he has a good point, but not necessarily maybe the man supporting all these different women, but maybe the women coming together and like forming a community because they all have children for the same men, and they can maybe like help support each other in some way.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen situations like that, and that could possibly work. But people, it's a tricky thing. And sometimes you see, what's funny? Sometimes you'll see a reverse polygamy. You'll see like a woman with multiple quote unquote husbands. It was like one show I saw where this woman had quote unquote two husbands. And that's always weird. Look, and anytime you see a woman trying to do that, it's basically a chick who's with two gay dudes all the time. I want y'all to notice that if you ever see they ever talk about a woman with quote unquote multiple husbands, what she basically is, she's a referee for gay niggas. That's what it is. She got some gay homies who she just kind of beat. She's a ref for. She's just there in the middle. Yeah, it's the dudes are always moist. It's always moist. You dig? Ain't no straight dude gonna go for that type of situation where you and another dude laying up in the house with one woman. No, them dudes are there for each other. And you just there to witness it. You're a witness. You're a character witness. They just kind of use you as an excuse. You're their beard to say, instead of them saying that they didn't came out the closet, they just say, "Oh no, 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 we were just with our wives," and then you know they start doing things to each other. Hot seat, what's up, hot seat?
Hi, Tariq. I
Hi.
hope you're good.
I'm good, dear. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. Sorry, I just have a question. Sorry to bring you back from maybe yesterday, but I feel like I'm able to speak about this because one, I am African, and two, I'm not a tether, like you said.
Right. Hmm.
Um, I have for example, what do because I know a lot of Africans,
Yep.
we are envious of Black Americans, right? That's
Yeah.
why you find someone who's been in Africa, never traveled, but coming up with an American accent, or has never traveled and coming up with dressing like they live in Atlanta, right?
Oh wow.
Sagging pants and all that, right?
Oh yeah.
You
Oh
have you have scenarios like that. So I know in the broader aspect of things, when they come here, it's because they want to be you guys, but we don't know how. So my question to you is, yesterday you brought up a question about like icons, like Black American icons, right?
yes.
Sorry, FDA icons. Sorry.
Yes.
And so my question is, how do you think Africans can go about bringing that kind of level of like iconic, like how do you think they can get recognized in the same space? Because I think when that happens, all this envious behavior towards you guys will go, because like my brother yesterday was saying that a lot of energy, like everyone is looking at on America, like no one cares about the world, everyone wants to go to America.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what did you guys do to make everybody want to go there? Teach us how to do that so people can also want to come to Africa. So my question is, what is your advice to someone like that? How would you teach them to do what you guys did? And instead of just being jealous and coming and swearing and just being embarrassing, how would you be able to teach us how to do what you guys did? Because to be honest, people are envious of you, right? That's
Yeah.
like I told you, someone in Zambia has never been into America, but they'll come with an American Zambian accent, right?
Mhm.
So thank you.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, dear. So listen, that's a very good question. How can and that's a very good question that sister asked. That's a very great question she asked. How can Africans kind of get the same global and cultural respect as foundational Black Americans? Because see, a lot of people from different parts of Africa who come over here, they'll try to project their own insecurities onto us. And she kept it a buck. So there's a lot of different ways the brothers and sisters over there can get things popping and get that global respect. Number one, you got to tell your own story through your own media and your art. See, we've mastered the art of narrative ownership, through our music, through our documentaries, through grassroots storytelling. Um, y'all need to do the same thing over there. Tell your own stories instead of waiting on the missionaries to come over and tell the stories for you. You see, and embrace your cultural distinction without seeking validation. You see, foundational Black Americans, we don't ask anybody permission to be who the hell we are. You see, over there, in many cases, people kind of appease the latest colonizer. You got to appease the white supremacist, then the Asian, then the East Indian. So, kind of get off that. Also, fight for tangible justice. You dig? When them Brits come over there, stop dancing. Say, hey, look, y'all owe us. When the French come over, stop dancing. Hey, we'll dance when y'all give us that paper. Let them know, y'all. Hey, we got to get that paper straight. Y'all came over here and did some real janky stuff. So don't let them get a pass with that. You see, and you can create global movements that's rooted in local power. You see, the civil rights movement, like the young lady was talking about earlier, and the Black Power movement, they started locally. It starts locally. You got to start where you are. That started locally, but then it impacted the world. You see? So you'll do the same thing. And then you got to have some political boldness on the world stage. See, we as foundational Black Americans, we challenge presidents, governments, institutions directly. Yeah? African leaders and citizens, you can start speaking boldly at these global summits. Challenge the exploitive systems, call out the injustice, without the fear of Western backlash. You see, you know, build a culture of assertive intellectualism. Get your scholars out there, let folks know who they are, put them out there. You see, start erasing all of that tribal stuff. That's the major thing. Start getting rid of a lot of that tribal stuff over there. Start embracing all of these folks that y'all been beefing with for centuries. Say, okay, look, we're one group. Let's move as one. Let's all get on code so that we can use our numbers and then leverage it as strength. Because the reason people can come over there and start colonizing millions of people, because millions of people are fractured. You see yourself as little distinct groups. We don't do that over here as foundational Black Americans. Like, I'm in California, I can go to New York, I can go to South Carolina, I can go to St. Louis and be around Black folks, and we're all on the same page. And we're scattered thousands of miles from each other, but we're all on the same page. You see, so those are some of the ways our good brothers and sisters who are riders over there can start building a global impact. Let's get Gia Monet. Miss Gia Monet, hop in, beloved.
Hi Tariq, how you doing?
I'm good, Gia. How are you, dear?
I'm doing pretty good. I don't know if you talked about it, but I wanted to get your thoughts on Bill Saley. I don't know if you remember. He was at
Yeah,
assembly. Did you talk about that yet?
I didn't talk about it yet, but yeah, he was. I had him on. I had him on my live one time.
Yeah, so going off of that, so he was California Assembly member. He just got tapped when he was helping us with the reparations bill out here in California.
Yep,
So he's been doing work in terms of trying to again bring that bill back out here, but yesterday he was just tapped to be the US attorney for the Central District out here in California.
yep.
So I think it's just I wanted to get your thoughts on that in terms of how even when other people work to help us, how they are also kind of pushed out the way too and promoted in some ways when it comes to helping us drive with the reparations movement.
Yeah, and I'm gonna look more into that, and I would like to talk to Bill some more, just to see what other plans he had. But yeah, he got tapped in by the Trump administration, and they gave him a good position. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. You see, let me get Black Voltron in the building. Black Voltron, hop on in, Black Voltron. What's going on with your phone, Black? I tried to get you on last night, and we couldn't get it popping. So we'll try it again, Black. Because Black Voltron usually drops hot fire. And I wanted to have our good brother on, but we'll get him on. We'll get him on in a minute when he gets it together with the phone. All right, let's get a couple of more calls in here. Y'all raise them hands because we are in here heavy, heavy. Y'all raise them damn hands. Let's get Lion of Jeremy. Lion of Jeremy. Where you from, Lion of Jeremy? Sound like Jamaican. Um, Lion. What's up, Lion? Unmute your mic, brother. All right, Lion ain't
Can you
unmuting.
hear me?
There you
Can you hear me?
go. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, family? My birthday was yesterday, so I just turned 39. I've been 39 times.
There you go. My happy birthday to you, brother. Happy birthday. Now, you Jamaican? Where you from?
No, I'm from Detroit, man.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
from
okay.
Detroit.
Okay, and
All my
that name sounds real Jamaican.
I kind of adapted a little bit of the Rastafari culture for a little bit,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, but I'm Foundation of Black American FB1. Shout out to all of the family, Nikki the God, my brother EJ. I've been waiting for him to come on. My brother EJ. Shout out to my brother Macau and my brother Kanye. And shout
Yes.
out to you. Shout
Man,
shout out to you.
much
Shout out to you.
thank you so much, brother. Okay, this brother thought he called up to Hot 97. He's just giving a lot of shout outs. Okay, there you go. Much respect to you. All right. Let's see who we got up in here. And while I'm talking, y'all go to rootworkstyle.com to get that Rootwork deodorant, which is the best deodorant on the planet, ladies and gentlemen. The best deodorant on the damn planet. All right. Let's get Queen up in here. Queen in the building. Queen, hop on in.
What's up, Tariq? How you doing tonight?
What's good, Miss Queen? How are you, dear? I'm good.
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Well, I live in Indianapolis, but I'm from Mississippi. And my sister, she lives down there. She has a set of triplets.
Yeah.
Now, last year they was like in the fifth grade, and they had a Indian student that went to school with them. And they go to like a Montessori school, so like it's like an artsy school. But anyway, my niece had a birthday party, and they had a slumber party. So they comes in telling me that the little Indian girl done set up and called him the N word at school. And then not only that, was telling my niece that she had a big nose and nappy hair, and her hair was better than hers. So me following the great Tariq Nasheed, I got on my phone and I started Googling India, pictures of India and stuff like that. I'm like, you tell her this where she come from.
Mm.
You you
Yeah.
tell her that if it weren't for us, that she wouldn't be over here. I said, and also tell her that like they people doo doo out in the street. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Don't let these people talk to you any kind of way.
Exactly.
You know, and then I told my sister, I was like, I can't wait to Trump round these people up and put them out. Well, you ain't got to be like that. I was like, well, look, you gonna be okay with somebody calling your daughter the N-word, trying to make her feel less than, trying to make her feel like she's not pretty or beautiful. You know what I mean? Well, we don't have to act like the white supremacists and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, girl, no, you're not finna sit up and talk about me and call me the N word and all that kind of stuff, and we don't want to help you get over here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's all I wanted to say.
Okay,
I just wanted to make sure everybody protect their kids, making sure you talk to your kids and see what's going on in their school. And
there
I'm
you
laying.
go. Good. You know what was interesting? I was at the park with my kids the other day. I took all the kids to a park around the corner from the crib because they were out of school Monday. They were out of school Monday. So I took, I said, I want to give my wife a break. She'd be losing her mind with all these damn kids in the house. So I took all of them, even the baby girl. Um, so my daughter's like 2.5. So we're at the park, and my daughter's playing in the little sand area. And there's a little Mexican boy. He looked like he was just a little bit older. He might have been three something. And my daughter's just playing in her own world, playing, and this Mexican boy threw sand on my daughter. Like, okay. I'm looking at his parents. And, yeah, hey, come on now. And he kind of did it again. And I'm like, for a split second, I said, if I call ice on his little ass, would I be wrong? I really thought about that. I'm like, I call ice on his little bitty ass, and he'd be sitting up in an ice van with his little cocoa melon lunchbox. You won't throw sand again with your little ass. I was boy. I was there with mine. You see, that's why I am with mine. If you want to throw sand, okay, I'm gonna throw these fingers on that phone and get a van to pull up here on your little ass. So your parents better do something. You better chill the out. You ain't gonna be throwing that much more sand on my baby girl now, little boy. You dig? So, that's how it is. That's where I am with it. What's up, Joel? Let me get Joel. That's my neighbor, Joel. Let me get Joel. What's up, Joel? What's up, Joel?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Tariq?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. I just wanted to say I had a very similar experience at that same park.
Yep,
Um, me and Lena, we go out there and we practice. We be on the little softball fields.
yep.
And just this past Sunday, little boy, he was playing, and little Hispanic boy, just came over, took one of her softballs and tried to throw it at her.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Tried to throw it, and I don't know what it is. At first, I was like, all right, like maybe it's because you know, they're similar age. He trying to get her attention, but no, he did it. He like just kept trying to do it. So I said, "Yo, chill, this, that, and the other." And I said something to his parents that was over there. They was in like the little soccer field area, and then the dad tried to like kind of get aggressive with me. You know what I mean? Like, don't say nothing to my dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Man.
and so anyway, it didn't escalate. I just was like, he got his kid. They bounced. I continue doing what I'm doing. I'm just saying, just be mindful when you go over there because they
Yeah,
be real tight with us.
yeah,
All right.
man. Yeah,
So I
that's
land my plane.
thank you, brother. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at that little kid's dad. Like, man, you better say something to little Javier. You better do something because yeah, I can't really do nothing to the kid, but with your ass, man, you can kind of go around this corner for a minute and let me talk to you. Letting your kid throw sand on my baby girl. Come on now. Ain't gonna be too much sand throwing up in here. You need to go ahead and talk to your son. Go take his ass to Chipotle and get him a bowl or something. Yeah, if he's irritable and hungry, feed him. But yeah, we're not gonna be doing that shit, dude. Fuck all that. All right, let me see. Should we get one more good call in here, ladies and gentlemen? Should we get one more good call? Because we have a lot of people in here. Y'all know we stay cracking up in here. Where's Nikki the guy? Nikki, I saw you pop in. I was gonna get you up and you disappeared, dear. All right, let's get Terry in here. Let's get Terry. Hop on in, Terry. And Terry, there you go. What's up, Terry? How are you, brother?
Hey, what's going on, homie? Hey, man, you a hater, Flex.
I'm a hater?
Yeah, you a hater, man.
Who did I hate?
Man, you doing AC6 right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, where you been filming? You went to DC, New York,
Hmm.
and you went to Atlanta, right?
Atlanta, Chicago, Cincinnati. Now we're filming in LA this weekend. So yeah, what's up?
But you didn't go to Bowley, nigga.
Oh no. we gotta get Chief Dusty within it.
You got to. Hey, check this out. You could have had him, and as long as it take him to get his first point out here, he could do the whole movie 6 hours
No, Lord, I ain't got enough
by
film
his
for his
damn
ass.
self.
Lord. Where is Chief Dusty? Thank you for the call. Where is Chief Dusty Wolf? We haven't heard from Chief Dusty Wolf in a minute. We have not heard from Chief Dusty Wolf in a minute. I hope you're all right out there, Chief Dusty Wolf. I hope Chief Dusty Wolf is all right. Because he has not called in a while. He probably got him a new woman or something. There are a lot of dudes, they get them a new chick and then they disappear. So yeah, Hopefully, Chief Dusty Wolf is okay. And when speaking of people being okay, what happened to Anija, the chick who was over there in Pakistan? How is she doing? Where is she now? I be worried about that sister. Nobody has heard from her in a few weeks. We don't know where she is. I hope she's safe. Have y'all heard any updates for her? Because I don't think she had an official social media page. People were just kind of posting videos of her. So I hope she's okay. Yeah, her story is real interesting, man. That's a major reality show waiting to happen. Man, that lady can just rake in millions. Man, she should get over here and immediately get with some networks. What's up, James? James?
My bad,
James,
my bad. I got you. Hello?
you all right, James? What's going on, brother?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you great, brother. What's happening?
You were talking about the system of white supremacy, and that's I wanted you to touch on how they created the system, and we didn't take it seriously. Like in the point you was making about the Ku Klux Klan, we didn't take them seriously. We thought it was a joke.
Right.
You know, like you got Darwinism. I mean, how they come to Darwinism? So, can you touch on that? How they built it up to where
Yeah.
it's, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
land my
that's the thank you. And yeah, that's our thing. We started, it sounded so ridiculous. We just didn't take it serious. They were like, listen, we got something called white, and then we're going to have something called white supremacy where we're the supreme race. Like, what? How are you supreme and you got neurological issues and how are you you're getting sunburn and melanoma? How are you? What are you talking about? No, no, no. Just go with it, guys. No, 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 no. Just go with it. All right, whatever. Since you got a gun pointed at me, I guess I got to go along with it. But yeah, it sounds crazy. So that's how they would do it. They would do it basically at gunpoint, and then they were able to, kind of put the gun away. But they would basically keep a military hold on the entire society where they didn't have to stand there with the gun on you. The whole society has been turned into a prison. And, that's never been done throughout history where somebody made the whole planet a racial prison to a certain degree. Nikki the God, what's up, dear?
Peace. I just wanted to tell you a couple of things. Anija, she was recently seen within the past 3 weeks landing in New York, but I know that her son said she has some type of bipolar
Yeah.
while she was overseas, so she could be in a hospital, and so they're real strict with HIPAA laws here, so you wouldn't know if she's in some type of hospital.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah. Another thing with your baby girl, I saw a story years ago, and I know that other melanated dark people are not black or foundational black American, but there were some African people living in Italy, and they were showing how when the children would play in the park, how the little Italian children would purposely just do real nasty things to them, like little 2-year-old kids. Big 8-year-olds would just push them down, spit on them. So just be careful because some of these immigrants, they teach their children to be nasty
Right.
to black children. So just be
Right.
careful with the baby.
Yes.
Have a good day.
Thank you, dear. That's real talk. Exactly. That's why that little kid throwing sand on my daughter. I'm looking at the parents like, hey, man, y'all better get his little ass. Get your damn kid, man. Come on now. All right. Well, let me get up out of here, guys. It's been real. Hold on. Bella. Hold on, let me try Bella one more time. Bella, are you just trying to promote your OnlyFans, Bella, or do you want to say something? Because Bella, you keep requesting to get up and you ain't saying nothing. And don't try to promote your material up here. Bella, want to unmute your mic? You in here trying to get customers. All right. Bella, you got something to say, or you just trying to get customers? All right. Well, this ain't that party, Bella. We're not trying to help you get OnlyFans customers. All right. And looking at your page, you need to invest in a little cocoa butter for somebody to do OnlyFans. Your knees are a little bit ashy. Okay. Yeah, your knees are ashy and you need to use baby wipes on your butt crack, ma'am. Your butt crack looks a little dingy. Okay. So there's some lotions and elixirs that you need to use, sweetie, if you're going to try to promote your page. Because you look like your sheet stank. Okay. Oh no, she left. She got out of here. No, no, you keep trying to promote your page. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about your page, ma'am. Your house and the room you in, it looks like it has a little stench. Yeah. It's not a good look. Not a good look whatsoever. Looks like your house smell like weed papers and Funyuns. Okay. So if you're trying to promote your OnlyFans, you got to really step it up, dear. You got to step it up and then lotion your body down. Right, nobody's trying to look at your stab wounds and ashy butt cheeks. All right. Nobody's going to pay $20 a month for that. You can just give $20 to a crackhead and see some ashy butt cheeks. You don't have to pay $20 a month. All right. Let's do something about that while you're trying to promote your damn page. All right. Let's not play those games. Listen, y'all go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Make a contribution to the Hidden History Museum. We keep the doors open by donations from the family. That's our institution out here in LA, the Hidden History Museum. If you're in LA, come on and visit. But give a contribution, hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Also, go to rootworkstyle.com to get that Rootwork deodorant. Rootworkstyle.com. I'm up out of here. Papi Akute, Lala Vuve to the family. Peace.